Yo, so the opinions and views expressed in this podcast are that of our own and the Future Bachelor podcast only, and not affiliated with any outside party or entity or anything like that. This fun podcast, though, may include some adult language.
Future Bachelor Podcast.
All right, welcome to Future Bachelor. It's just me, Veronica, and we're doing something a little different. So if you are here on Instagram and you listen or watch me do my little tipsy talks, as I've branded them over the years, of when I watch the show, give my commentary, you might not even be a listener of her podcast, which you should subscribe to. But tonight we're doing it where what I'm posting here to our tipsy talks will be actually turned into this week's podcast, as well as our YouTube video of our podcast. So if this is your entrance into our podcast, welcome. Usually I'm joined by my co-host Sai, but tonight it will just be me from the comfort of my home, and we're starting off with the Golden Bachelor. It's Hometowns Week, and for those of you who are watching this on YouTube, or maybe you're listening to the podcast, when I sometimes switch between just, as I was saying, when I do this, if you're a podcast listener or a YouTube watcher, when I watch the show on Instagram and I do these tipsy talks the night of watching the show, I switch between me talking at whatever's happening on the screen, like I am right now, or sometimes I, will just do my own thoughts of me, just my face on. So we'll be getting a little bit of both. Right now we're starting in Jersey, which is our first hometown, which this is interesting. We haven't done just a 3-person hometown in a while. And we've got Teresa, which I guess she must be from a different part of Jersey. She's so chill. I'm excited. Gary talked about how this is different than a typical Bachelor hometowns because he's like, I'm meeting the kids, I'm not meeting the parents. So, because they are the parents, which I think that is a totally different vibe. So I'm intrigued to see how the kids handle him. Something that I haven't thought about, because this show isn't like a typical Bachelor season where the prize is engagement. Like, you're supposed to get engaged, this is supposed to be who you're marrying. But for Gary, they don't have to get married, they're just looking for a partner for the rest of their life together. So my thing is, right now, similar idea with whenever these shows end in typical times, where these are people from all over. They might not live in the same place. I mean, Zach's season, he got lucky that, Katie lived in the same place. But they are, living in different places, and these are established older adults. So how will that work for them to, is this woman going to move to his dream lake house in Indiana? What's going to happen? Something to think about. Okay, see, this is interesting because a lot of times, even in the normal seasons, we get a person who might have, nominated them or told them to apply. So that's her daughter. Teresa's got her older and younger sisters there who look like carbon copies of each other, which is hilarious. And then Jen, who's her daughter, has some kids. So the grandsons will be meeting Gary as well. Charlotte and Mary, so cute. Yeah, she's been very hanging on to the whole, it's been from the beginning, remember our one-on-one date, and Gary kind of hypes that up too, honestly. He's like, you put your hand on my shoulder, you were so reassuring when I couldn't drive in the LA traffic, because I'm from Indiana. Wow, that's so interesting. The age thing still plays into this show too, 70 and 60. These grandsons are going in. The one was all like, she comes over a lot because she's lonely, so it would mean a lot if you married her. They are making fun of her duck lip face in photos and stuff. Hilarious. They're doing the duck face now. They're doing the selfie duck face of all of them. That's so funny. This is Generation Alpha making fun of older than boomers. So this is so interesting. It's what do you say about your mom? You're she's nice, date my mom, but also you're this guy trying to date my mom. I had a dad. See, okay, she's asking the question that I was just saying, like, what's it like living in different places?
You'll figure it out. Yeah, but like normally.
Gary's so trained. He's like, you'll figure it out.
She's part of our lives. Like,
yeah, Jersey and Indiana are not close, babes.
I think it would be challenging, but I mean, this is certainly a different scenario where it's not, I'm not her parent, I am her child, so I am certainly saying she should make that decision. But I guess the biggest question I have is just, I know you were married and obviously
yeah.
your wife, so are you falling in love?
The question we always get, honestly, on hometown dates, are you in love? Are you falling in love? Like, how do I know that, like, you're not gonna screw my person over? Gary just gave the whole, like, the last time I fell in love was in the summer of 1968. Like, wait, one of the chicks you're dating's daughter doesn't need to hear about, like, your love story like that. I don't think, it doesn't play the same way to them. And of course he used that all to be like, so I don't know yet, I'm not sure. Which I get, like, you gotta, like, kind of hold your cards close to your chest. That's what the show trains you to do, especially if someone like him. But it must be hard as a daughter to be all like, well, what am I don't want to, like, be like, give this my blessing, because at the same point she was like, I can't give it my blessing. I'm her kid. So, like, she's going to do what she's going to do. But also, we love that free childcare when grandma gets to come in because she lives so close. So, her daughter's like, I mean, you killed it, I guess. Like, you brought home someone for the first time and knocked it out of the park. You could tell she's, like, sort of jealous. She's like, I had to kiss some frogs. And, like, you bring home someone and, like, it's great. Whatever, Mom. You've probably given me shit for that. And, like, her sisters definitely, like, reassured Gary, being all like, she loves you. And he's like, oh, to hear that she's happy from two sisters, that means the most to me. And he, like, got emotional. Good job, she says. That is such a daughter thing to be on, like, God damn it. Like, how come it wasn't me? Like, I had to go through it all. Oh. Oh my God, they're so cute. So now they're going to the pier in New Jersey, where they're at now. They're doing back-to-back pier dates, and they're on a little Ferris wheel. And now Teresa said, I'm not just falling in love with you, I am in love with you. And he's just like, that makes me feel so special. And now they're making out, which is great. But I felt like when she said I'm falling in love with you last episode, he kind of, like, almost let her down easy. So I don't know, like, I want to believe that he's, like, in it with her, but I just don't. I don't know if he's been too media trained or what, especially because, like, her daughter Jen just got emotional, being all like, no matter how much love we had for my dad, like, it doesn't feel weird that he could come into our life and be in this role. So that's saying something, because, like, that's hard. All right, next up is Faith. Of course, Faith is, like, on a horse farm in Benson City, I believe. Let's see. Give us a lower third, baby. I want to see where we're at. That's so funny. He's so cute. Oh, see, it's so funny. She did, like, the most jumpy hug that we've seen all season, because they're older. They don't do full jumpy hugs, which is, like, a trademark of The Bachelor. Benton City. He's like, I'm used to rural, but not this rural, ho. I ride my horse to the grocery store and sometimes to the tavern. Are we in 1900? Like, what is going on?
To see Gary and share my life with him. But of course, he kind of lives in the country city.
I live in the country in Washington.
Coyotes at the back porch.
Coyote? Yeah, I was about to say, like, she's acting like what she's doing is so far-fetched from what he does. He's literally in small-town Indiana on a lake. And he's all like, I see a pretty lady on a horse. I'm vibing. You look great. I don't know why I just gave him a southern accent.
I want to make sure my kids know that any time.
Oh, see, but that's the thing. Once again, here we go. We get into this situation, like, he bought this dream house, but it's technically the dream house for him and Tony. Tony died. He has it in Indiana. She's like, I don't want to move. This is, like, where it's like, can you teach an old dog new tricks? Like, will any of these work out because they're not going to want to move?
falling deeper and deeper in love with you. And
Okay, so she's been saying she's falling in love with him deeper and deeper.
you know, I mean, so rarely.
I don't know. He feels like he dodged the second kiss.
I'm excited to see the dynamic.
Whose house? Wow, one of her sons called it you get the first impression rose. Her sons look very made up. Like, it looks like they might have put on some makeup to make sure they were camera ready too, which, like, no hate, no shade. So we got, that's her sister. Big sister. Big sister looks great too. Good for her.
The way Faith was looking at Gary with so much openness.
Love that, Beth.
I was like, holy something is missing behind your eyes that you usually have like,
Oh my god, this is getting emotional because she's like, you let the wall down, you feel safe. Honestly, I would like Faith with more of a haircut like her sister Beth. Her sister Beth's got a great haircut. It's working for her. I love it. Oh yeah, I forgot that Faith has this like kind of sob story about, you know, her background.
you're beautiful just the way you are. And that's when I said, he really
About, you know, being kind of like homeless as a teen. What about the older sister then? I'm confused. Gary just got hit by the "Are you in love?" question from Faith's sons. And he hesitated. And I thought he was going to kind of give a canned answer like he did with Teresa. And he said, yeah, I think I am. And her sons were like, oh, really? Which we've seen previews that he's going to be like, this is hard. I'm in love with 3 women, which is like the go-to nowadays with the show. Like, I don't think we've had a season. It's more normal now for people to be like, being like, I realize I'm in love with more than one person. And then it is not, and I feel bad because we gave Clayton a lot of shit when it was his season, but I think we mostly gave him shit because he handled it really poorly, and he also like acted like that was back when they still put them together after the fantasy suites, which I think is a poor move, and he was acting like, you know, he didn't do what he did with the other women, and that he didn't say what. Yeah, see, now, similar to what I was just saying, like, the sister asked that, and he's like, you know, the way she looks at me, I can tell that she feels safe, like, and I feel like we want the same thing. And, like, so I feel like just based on how he's reacting with all of this and how he's reacting with Teresa, like, I think he wanted Teresa's family to like him. And I feel like in this situation, he's really saying how, like, he likes Faith. I also think it's funny that he's been meeting all these sisters who technically he could be dating too. I mean, I think they maybe are married or not or who whatever, but it's just kind of it's kind of funny.
You ready?
Oh my god! And once again, some grandsons, so cute. Also, why did he put on like this blazer? Was that to like show like, look, I'm city, you guys? But like, look at this huge house. Like, where? All right, we got one. We got one. Gary said, I love you to Faith. And he said, would you say it out loud to her? And she said, yeah. And he said, I love you. And she said, I love you too. Woof.
I don't know where I'm gonna go with that.
Woof, woof, woof. He's digging himself into a hole. He's on his way to his next date. It's funny because they're like, I'd cancel that. We could tell you love her. And that's like when he said it. But I feel like these older folks might handle it differently than when, you know, some of these younger people get broken up with, because they have been so far this season, but like now we're like in it. So I'm interested to see, like, especially you've met these grandkids who are like, are you gonna marry my nana? Like, I don't know. All right, Leslie is in Minneapolis. I love Minneapolis. I'm from Chicago, for many of you who know. So we're from a Chicagoland suburb. And I've been in Minneapolis plenty of times. I have friends that live there now. I have family that lives there. She's got some siblings.
Special in a different way to me because when I was 16 years old, my
Oh.
dad dropped me off at school, and I waited until they came back to get me.
Oh my God.
So my
Wow, that is like literally, they make memes out of that. Like, my dad dropped me off and never came back.
and he turns around and he says, I'm your dad now. Well, my dad went home and, well, he passed away.
Oh my God. Her dad died? Okay, I thought he like left. But like, he just died. He didn't pick her up from school. That's horrible. Wow, what a cold start. I mean, crazy harsh start to this hometown date, being like, welcome to Minneapolis. She kind of almost successfully did a jumpy hug. And then now she's like, and here's my trauma. I feel like with Leslie's family, we're finally getting some of that more like overprotective energy. We've had claims of it with the last two families, but like we've got her older brother who's acting like her dad, or had acted like kind of like, you know, that patriarchal figure in her life from a young age. We've got her daughter, who's definitely like a daughter who's like gonna be protective. We've got what Jen definitely was, but like she seemed more chill with it with Teresa. And then we've got her two sons who are like, oh, what's it like dating other, and knowing that he's dating other people, doesn't that bother you? And she's like, of course it does, you guys know me.
He grabbed me and hugged me and kissed me. He does seem amazing. He is different from many I would know. Yes.
What I would the daughter's like, yeah, you have a bad picker. Okay, so here we know, like, best friend situation. I love my mom, I really do, but like, she's my mom. She's not my best friend. I use her for a lot of advice, but I could see how this could, you know, this is tough, because like they're first kind of talking like pals, because it's like, you know, like this could be Stuart. Oh, Stuart's like, you're so different.
I just want somebody to really just love her and take care of her.
You know, if things continue to progress,
And he's protective. I mean, I have younger brothers, but they've always been protective of me too.
hers continue to grow for me. Would I have your blessing?
See, this is the first time we get like a blessing talk, because otherwise, like, that hasn't really been an element. You can't really ask kids for a blessing. It doesn't matter.
I would be happy about that. And I would definitely give you my
But like, are we really gonna get married at this point? Why? You're older. What do you need? Like, I guess maybe for some down the road. But at this point, why?
I do indeed feel a strong connection with Leslie, and now it's even stronger.
They're in great areas of Minneapolis. It's so cool. Alrighty, we've got, you know, we got Leslie saying that she's in love with him as well, not just falling in, and he's saying, you know, he's holding him up against a wall right now, that he's falling for her too.
Someone that you love them when you love them.
Oh my god, is he about to say that he loves her?
Yeah, I love you.
He did. He just said, I love you. So the only person he hasn't said, I love you to is Teresa. Which makes sense. Because I felt like he's sort of been, like, I like her, we have a great connection. But I feel like they're both hanging on to that first date. Oh my god, he's making out with her against the wall. Some woman just walked by. Like, I hate that even on the normal show. Like, this is not ageism. This is more just like, it's a weird vibe. Wow, damn, Leslie. Okay, girl. Walking into this rose ceremony being like, gotta show him what I got. Maybe this will help my chances.
It was great. We had the best time.
I am loving these 1 hour episodes, because like this is a nice succinct. We've seen all the hometown dates. We're getting to this rose ceremony. Hopefully we get it all the way through. Fingers crossed. But I've been liking the pace. For this episode specifically, I know I've talked about on the podcast that some of them, they maybe were cutting out some of the good parts, but I feel like this has been the right way to do it. Like, going into 2 hours of paradise is going to be interesting after this. Wow, Leslie gets the first rose. She got it last rose ceremony too. I wonder if it's recency bias, which definitely plays into this. I love Bachelor Data. Follow her on Instagram at Bachelor Data for some of like that analysis of what happens. But this is hilarious. Giving out 2 roses is so ridiculous, because then Jesse literally like steps out of the room for 2 seconds to then walk in being all like, anyways, last rose. But I feel like we got a preview that like Gary might need to walk out before he gives out this final rose, which I could see, but time is ticking, Garster. If it's not Faith, I don't know what. Which would be hilarious in the sense that Faith and Leslie, for a while, I would get confused which one was which. They got similar vibes. Teresa just gotta go. I like her, but she's kind of annoying. Oh, see, this is hard, because, like, all right, I spoke too soon. We didn't get the end of the bro ceremony, but we are getting it next week with our Golden Women Tell All. Wow, this is going to be tough. I believe he's talking to Teresa. I just have it in my gut. All right, now we're switching straight to Paradise. We're getting the view that Charity's going to come down this week. We're showing that, Kat's had, some ups and downs with her journey in Paradise, from ditching Brayden, from going with Tanner, from Tanner ditching her, and now it looks like she's about to be encroaching on some other people's men, and they're not gonna have it. So I'm just, Kat's imploding. I'm intrigued to see how much she plays with her hair and how she uses that to try to get her way. I love how we're getting Brayden's take of Kat's demise, because he was like, yeah, he's all he's just kind of waiting for it to implode. He's all I got out of this and now we're waiting to see what's about to happen. Everyone's tense. He's awake. He's about to come. Discussions are about to be had and it's not going to be good. Look at, and Brayden is the first one to greet him, being all good luck, ho. No, it's not. They're all wouldn't want to be him. This man is literally still rubbing the sleep out of his eyes, and he's all wow, she's coming in hot with you, it was my birthday and you should have talked to me first.
I was really hopeful that we could kind of build something outside of here. And we had a great first week.
But I wanted to have options.
At this point, I'm just conflicted.
Ooh.
We have a lot of things in common.
But I just had a way better date with Davia is pretty much what he wants to say.
I just feel like we have very different personalities.
You think that you get to come back on this beach and tell me about myself?
Oh my god, I love her confessionals. She's wild. And she was like this on Zach's season. She's crazy. And I don't like to say that about women, but I love the fact that she thinks she's so self-aware and it just isn't there. Tanner pretty much just I'm breaking up with you pretty much. I don't see, after last night, after me making out with Davia, I'm vibing with her way better pretty much, is what he pretty much tried to do the nice way of that. And she is once again being passive aggressive. Kat is so passive aggressive. She'll come off full aggressive in her confessionals, being all I'm so much better than you, how dare you do this to me, blah 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 blah. And then she'll be just passive aggressive, she's if you don't see it with me, that's fine. Instead, then she'll be talking mad shit, behind the scenes, or to whoever, being all I'm way better than him, I'm whatever, you can't break up with me, this is I'm breaking up with you. It just doesn't add up. The dudes are all bruh, these girls are about to come for us, they just said no F boys, it's such a double standard.
So Davia came through. She looked around and then she pulled Tanner immediately. Let's go. Let's date.
She knew that's who she wanted.
Which was smart.
I like Sam's bathing suit.
Now you have to be intentional.
So now things are about to get even more real. I don't know who else is going to come down besides Charity this episode. People are getting,
Messy.
things are getting close, but Avon and Kylie seem tight.
Peter and Sam.
Okay, Sam and Peter can't be a real thing. I kind of like Brayden and Rachel together. Tyler and Mercedes, but that's going to get messed up. I know it. Yeah, but they're tense. Things aren't there. Blake and Jess aren't really vibing. Look at how cute Jess is. All right, Genevieve is coming down with some fresh highlights. Actually, they don't look that fresh. She's got, fresh straightener, fresh French press or something. Not French press. Silk press. Oh, my God.
Here, I feel like she's just gonna bring a ball of energy and excitement to the beach.
These girls are so young now. And,
Bright feeling.
I'm not that much older than them, but it feels a lot older.
I just don't know who she's gonna be.
Also, they're all so thin. The only ones that aren't they're all thin, But, like, I feel like Kylie's the only one that has, like, any real curve on her. And, like, same with Eliza. I don't know who Genevieve's going to connect with. Is she going to be the one that Blake's going to be into? Oh, there it is.
Jen shows up. She's looking absolutely gorgeous. It's definitely a relief for the guys with another girl here.
Right, Blake might be Genevieve's pick because she likes that he's older. He's like 33. She's 26. He did kind of give her like a full download of like how him and Jess got into it the day prior, but I don't know. I think she's just trying to feel it out too, so we'll have to see if she goes on this date, and then, you know, if that then gives Jess time to go hit on Tyler, which is not what Mercedes wants. All right, so Genevieve did pick Blake for the date, but Blake is being good, and he's asking to go chat with Jess. They're going to go talk. Jess is wearing this sexy, cute little lingerie-inspired bikini right now. I definitely feel like people are sleeping on Jess. She's adorable. Okay, so now, you know, they're talking it out. I think she's going to give him the go-ahead to go. I do think, obviously, in true fashion, she's more interested in him now that he's wanted. But, I mean, there it is. That's how it always is. And I also think Blake kind of wants her to feel jealous because he wants to get, like, a more definite answer out of her, too. Blake kind of shot himself in the foot a little bit by saying, like, that, you know, it feels good to feel wanted. And now Jess is like, now I feel guilty because I felt guilty I couldn't give you a straight answer last night. And now whatever. But, I mean, Blake made a good point. Him going on this date will give her time to explore other connections without him, being around. Yeah, now she feels worse.
This is gonna be easier. It's just not.
I just want you to be happy
Are they, like, breaking up?
and have a conversation and get back and go from there.
All right. Pretty much. It sounds like this is, like, the pre-breakup, which I feel like that's such a thing.
You're gonna feel wanted today. Like, wanted to give me space today, so this is just like really giving me space.
All right, Kat's back on the market, and now she's about to go after John Henry. And this is after we just saw Olivia be all like, me and John Henry are flourishing. They're talking about golfing together. They're talking about whatever. I don't know. I don't think either of these women, Kat or Olivia, are one to mess with. And I feel like not going to be a good time with them butting heads. Kylie's trying to finesse this too. And look, I love Braden's commentary during all this. It's so funny. And also, like, Kat's big thing is that she was saying how Tanner doesn't make out with tongue, and she's looking to make out with tongue. I don't know if John Henry looks like he's more willing to make out with tongue either. I don't know. I didn't watch him and Olivia kiss as much. Kat is going in for the kill. She's a predator in this situation. Braden is hilarious.
Olivia is really cool.
Oh my god. I wish if I were like drinking right now and I were to take a shot or a sip for every time she played with her frickin' hair this whole episode, I'd be done for. I'd be drunk. I'd be drunk right now. I'd be recording this drunk for you guys. Ooh! Ooh! I love how they're doing this like they're behind. They think like they're not being recorded.
Charity is my best friend. So Charity proceeded before I came in here to obviously tell you about a few things that she wanted me to know. One of those things being that Aaron B has had some scandal situation with an ex-girlfriend outside of Paradise.
What? What girlfriend stuff? Went on what show? Went on Charity show? Okay, now Charity's about to come down? I mean, I feel like I've been having a redemption arc with Aaron because I hated him on Charity's season. But now is this all going to be blown up? Sure, people can change. Oh my god, Olivia's doing this hilarious playing with her hair impression of Kat being like, tell me about your job, Jen Henry. And like, she just said she's going to pull out her hair from playing with it so much Catwell because it's so funny. Poor Eliza's like, how do I keep getting stuck in these situations with these dudes? Okay, John Henry maybe had a tongue ring and maybe had a vibrating tongue ring? What is happening? Now Rachel and Brayden are hanging out, having a good time. I like them together. I feel like he chilled her out so much and she like kind of brought him up too. We love that. We love that. Also, you know what they haven't done at all this season? Let's talk about the Boom Boom Room. I feel like, has that become not a thing ever since there's been like some issues of like, you know, sexual misconduct? All right, who's Becca? She was on Zach's season? Was she? When was she on this season at all? I'm looking at like her being in the background. I don't know. She's good. These dudes are like, ugh. Of course, she comes down in a cute little tiny sundress. She's playing right into their eyes. It's not even a cute sundress. It's just small, and it's a sundress. And honestly, I don't think it fits her the right way because I don't get why that's fitted like that. I think her boobs are too big for it. Ooh, taking John Henry for a chat. First Kat, now Becca. Kat's all like, damn. She's got some espadrilles on and a short dress. That's about it, y'all. But she does have a nice... It looks like she's got some body yaddy yaddy. Some banter, she said. She's been watching some Love Island after she got kicked off of Zach's season. All right, I think... Who's Becca gonna take? Oh, not the vibed word. Vibe count. Vibes are high and low. All right, so Becca's going to go with Brayden. They definitely were having a thing. And Rachel was just really starting to, like, open up and feel better. And now I just feel like we're going to lose that fun Rachel because that was with Brayden.
I got myself excited with Brayden, but it feels like I'm kind of running into roadblocks.
And she's like, sure, let's talk. She's being chill.
And you're also kind of treating the situation like we didn't have a date yesterday that went really well. Oh my god, thank you.
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard. All right, Genevieve and Blake are vibing. They're going on some jet skis. He says that I feel grounded with her that I haven't felt with Jess. Like, I honestly felt like he wasn't into Jess. He wasn't giving any vibes that he was into Jess. And it makes me sad because I think Jess was maybe more into him and she didn't know how to feel. Oh, they're not going jet skiing. They're going on a little kayak. Feels weird that they got into it that far out, but okay, say less. Another word. Vibe, I feel like, has been more the word than clarity this season, which is interesting. Oh, it's beautiful. I would love to go on this date. I have taken my boyfriend paddleboarding with me. It took him a while to get the hang of it. Because it's something I do a lot. Ooh. Ooh. Tyler just said that Mercedes my girl, obviously, but I'm out here on this daybed talking to Just Shoot My Shot. And I'm going to ask her how, you know, she's feeling. It's a vulnerable situation for them both. Because he wanted to get that date with Genevieve. Is what he just said. What Tyler just said. And now we saw previews of them making out. So are they about to make out? And he's all like, but Mercedes my girl? I don't know. Meanwhile, we're back with Blake and Genevieve on this date. And he's like, your smile is contagious. I feel at ease with you. So I don't know. I mean, maybe Genevieve's a better match for him. I feel like Jess is maybe a little too, I don't know. Wow, looks like things are going well with Genevieve and Blake. Looks like they're about to smooch-a-rooney. Smooch-a-rooney. Looks like they're about to smooch-a-rooney too. That's why I want to have that talk with Mercedes, but maybe I'm going to just kiss you instead. Oh my God. Hot. This is hot. Oh my God. Here we go. Things are getting steamy. Also, what is like the music? They're playing actually like real music? Oh, okay. Oh, damn. Getting saucy. It's saucy hour at the beach. All right. Rachel feels like she's put her guard back up now because, you know, she felt like Brayden didn't even let their date breathe enough to then go on this other date. And he was like skipping around being like, I'm going on my second date. Like, she wants to give their stuff a chance, which I get. Like, he wants to, like, if he's being asked on a date by a cute girl, he wants to go. So it's tough. And she's also like, I know, like, technically he doesn't owe me anything, really, but at the same time. Cocina tantrica. Oh, they're gonna do some tantric cooking? Oh, boy, this is gonna be weird. I'm telling you, somebody must have a food fetish on this production team, because it's always like they always get into weird food stuff. Damn. They're just like showing pretty much Brayden and Becca making out, and now Rachel's sad walking on the beach, and Avon and the other guys are all like, who do you think she'll go for now? I know if Cy were here, he's all like, whatever, I hate Rachel, she's annoying. Go Brayden. But I feel bad. I feel like I really was liking her in this season. All right, Olivia's going in on how much she does not like Kat and thinks she's narcissistic, and she's going in on John Henry. And John Henry was just talking to Tanner, being all like, I mean, I kind of want to talk to Kat, and I feel like she's finally been more approachable. She hasn't been that approachable. He's like, I want to say, like, unfriendly, but kind of. And so, I mean, I think she's just going in because she needs something. The boys have the roses. Who's she gonna get a rose from at this point? Nobody. So she's going for John Henry, and Olivia is not having it. Olivia just went and grabbed John Henry, and Kat's like very confident that she's gonna be John Henry's girl, and she's like, I'm itching to have a tongue in my mouth. She's so funny. Like, her lines, like, her, like, things that she's looking for, her, like, things that she focuses on are hilarious to me. Oh, and now Olivia and John Henry are sitting, like, literally, like, 10, not even, like, 6 feet away from where Kat is sitting with stuff. And now, like, she's trying to, like, I think Olivia's trying to set it up so, like, she's all like, talk about Kat in front of Kat. Like, it's so funny.
You are my priority right now.
John Henry just said that Olivia is her priority. And she's like,
I still feel like I owe it to myself.
yes.
At least get to know, everyone here.
But it's not like she's gonna, if John Henry gives a rose. All right, John Henry's giving Olivia the reassurance she needs in this moment. He's all like, it's cute that, like, you want to check in. It's cute that you want to, like, spend more time with me and that you, like, you know, want to be here. And he's saying how she's his number one.
Is that a lip pumper?
Oh, they're so cute. See, like, they're gonna make out, and now Kat's gonna be like, damn it. Kat's demeanor is so funny. She was like, I'm itching for a tongue in my mouth, and it's not gonna be John Henry, sis. What did you think was going to go on, Kat? Like, did you really think you had it in the bag with John Henry? I'm dead.
It's like gross.
It's the way they talk about each other in their confessionals is so funny. All right, Aaron B's like going in, being all like, can't wait to talk to Eliza. Like, I want to get serious. Like, I could definitely see myself with her like long term after the beach. And now Eliza's walking around being like, Kat says she's best friends with Charity, and Charity said steer clear of Aaron B, and here I am in a full relationship with him. And so I am concerned because when is Charity about to walk down and give some more info? Because woof. Oh snap. Eliza's like, okay, why did Kat tell me this now? Also, where's the truth, where's the lies? She's like, tell me what's going on, Aaron. Who's his other girlfriend?
God, I didn't expect this. My goal was to voice the fact that I would be exclusive with Liza, but I have a dark cloud over my head.
Bro, why wouldn't you just be, like, if you want to be exclusive, you gotta be honest.
Charity do that as well. It really surprises me.
Because girls always know everything, brother.
But I just want to be
And Kat was just trying to be desperado. Kat's just trying to start. She's got nothing left to lose.
in August, right before her birthday, because of the toxicity in our relationship. She's been
Oh, it's never good.
there because she thinks that I broke up with her to go on.
You mentioned like another one.
Okay, so wait, yeah. Aaron isn't like painting the picture very clearly. There's two girls. There's one girl that he dated before the show, but then they broke up. And then there's a different girl that he dated on and off after he got off of the show or whatever.
January and like I kept hearing just months and like different. I could not follow.
I know, but I like need him to write this down, and also like how does that correspond with when he hopped, like when he was on the show?
Long-winded conversation. I mean, I was talking for 10 minutes about his exes, but I don't feel like I got all the answers that I needed to.
Well, now she's gonna get him from Charity.
Yes, like everything.
Yeah, he needs to map it out. Tell her.
I don't know what to do. It's real tough.
Because I get where he's coming from, being all like, these girls are trying to drag me through the mud on social media. Because it is easy for people to do that, just of any partner, of any whatever. But that, I mean, he's not, you gotta clear it up then. Of course. Right as we get Eliza saying, I wish Charity was here. She's the one that could clear this up. And right as like Aaron B's all like, ugh. Charity's about to ruin this for me. Charity actually shows up at the beach. The producers be producing.
There's been some things that kind of have came out about him.
Really? So my disgruntled ex reached out to Charity.
Disgruntled ex.
My name came up and Charity said, steer clear from Aaron B.
Disgruntled ex.
Liza this morning.
Didn't give you any reason. He didn't really give me too much context.
Yeah, which I feel like that's Kat's being a little shady though too. But like, I gotta, like, I want to believe that Aaron isn't like being shady, but like, he wasn't giving great explanations.
He wasn't really here for the right reasons.
Do you plan on talking to some of the women about that tonight?
If they ask me,
Well, of course. I mean, Kat must know that Charity was coming down. I think they have to. I love how come Aaron is getting his story so straight now? He keeps saying disgruntled ex. Like, did he like plan something? He's all like, and be like, how did this get to the beach, bro? He's all like, well, my disgruntled ex DM Charity. Charity talked about it, figured it out about it, and then talked to Kat, her bestie, and then Kat all of a sudden brought it up.
yeah, things have been like up and down, girl. So if you're open to it, I actually love like.
Eliza's like, let's get to it. Like, you're having a cute little chat with the whole group. Like, let's do a private chat because I'm with your most recent ex-man. Wow, so Aaron B's pulling Kat, being like, hey, what the fuck did you say to my girl? Because now she's up in arms.
The conversations I had with you today, this wasn't brought up to me at all.
Oh, yeah, because they were talking, because, like, he was, like, giving her pup talks around her stuff, too.
The fact that I had some kind of ex-girlfriend, like that's what I was.
Was that something you wanted me to
Disgruntled ex-girlfriend, I swear to God.
I would have loved if you were just like telling all the girls.
I even told one girl, no one knows about that.
You told Liza about this.
Exactly. She was trying to figure out she wants to start a life with you outside of you because you're at a place where you have exclusive talks. So it's like, if you leave here, This might be something that you deal with. Just try to let her know. And she can do that with what she wants.
I just don't think that it was fair that I didn't know about, you telling Liza about this.
I was there as a friend for you today. I was trying to help you guys through this situation.
No, this was
A friend? How are we being a friend, Kat?
I'm not here to stir up drama.
Oh my God, Kat, you're a liar. You kind of are a rumor slandering Aaron's name from the disgruntled ex-girlfriend. This is preview for next week.
all the dirty laundry is out there. I hold myself accountable, but obviously I'm ready to lose you.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I can do it.
No, Eliza. Aaron. Oh, and now these two are gonna come back in.
I feel tension.
Oh my God. Jess, we want Jess to be happy.
Neither of them are going down. She's like throwing herself at John Henry. You're very attractive. Kat is pursuing him hard and is in his face.
Oh my God. That's not gonna go well.
This is only on you. My goal tonight is to have a time in my house.
Oh my God. This girl needs. Oh my God. Did she just force this makeout with John Henry? Oh, never mind.
She doesn't let go.
He does not deserve.
All right, folks, thanks for joining for this different version of a Tipsy Talk / our podcast, Future Bachelor, episode 288. This is, I wanted to shout out my co-host, Sai. It's his birthday this weekend. That's actually why we're trying this out. He is traveling to Orlando to visit family because his nephew also has a birthday this weekend. So happy birthday to Sai. And can't wait to see more of the drama of the, fighting after boys and, who is Gary going to pick, and some of these ladies getting real on Golden Women Tell All next week. I think it'll be a great, fun week of firsts and of hard row ceremonies. So thanks for tuning in. Let us know your thoughts if you listen to the podcast, if you watch the YouTube, how this worked out. Give us all the comments, all the feedback.